Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to make an adjustable slider clasp bracelet. So this is great because the chain actually pulls through this middle slider clasp. It looks really clean and neat, and you see it just adjusts super easy. So for this particular project, you're going to need an adjustable slider clasp, and right now we have two different styles on my table. We've got this little narrow one, which is the one you see in the project itself. It measures 8 millimeters across by 3.5 millimeters wide. And the important part is it does have this little silicone insert, and that's what's going to help grip and grab your chains. There's also a barrel style right here, and this is a little bit narrower across in terms of width. It's 6.8 millimeters by 5.5 millimeters. And inside it does have that silicone insert as well. Now we do have chains that do fit these, and in the product listings on Beadaholique.com, we do specifically list all the different chains that fit these. And that's real important because we've actually tested each one out. Now we brought in specifically for these guys this really pretty rectangular Rolo chain, and I'm going to be doing it in gold. But you see it comes in other finishes as well. And there's also this nice petite fine cable chain as well. And this one actually does go with the barrel style. So for this project, you're going to need a length of chain. I've cut 1 foot. I have this wonderful little slider clasp. And then you're going to want to do something to finish off the ends because you don't want the chain to ever pull right through. So I've got 2 head pins and 2 pretty little spacer beads. And those are the only supplies I actually need to make my bracelet. Now I also have some tools. I have my wire looping pliers. If you've seen my videos before, you know I love these guys. My chain nose, a pair of cutters, and to get that chain through the little clasp, I'm going to show you a little trick using some wildfire thread. And then if you're curious what these little guys are, these are some of my very favorite chains of all time. This is a 2 millimeter Rolo chain. We have a ton of different finishes on the website, and this chain too does fit very nicely through that little guy. Okay, let's do this. So we've got my wildfire. You can use any thread you have at home. You can use sewing thread, you can use Fireline, Nymo, whatever you've got. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to go and take our thread and put it through our end chain link. Double it up so you've got your 2 ends. And feed those 2 ends right through the middle of your slider clasp. And pull. So there you see that first chain goes in there really quickly and very easily. Now we're going to loop it back around. So you see we've made like a nice circle, which is going to be our bracelet. And we're going to feed those tails back through. Want them to line up, it'll make life easier. So you see I'm holding the chain down so it creates a gap in the top part of the silicone. Well, goodness gracious, let me cut those. Okay, again, hold your chain down, have that nice gap up top. Feed your thread through. So it is an advantage to have a little bit of a stiffer thread just because it does poke right through, but I have done it with Nymo before and it works just fine. Okay, so now just pull and it pulls right through. And you want it to have a little bit of a grip to it. You don't want it to just slide super easily through because then it won't actually stay adjusted on your wrist or if you're making a necklace. So we've got both ends through. You see we can just pull them, and that's what you want. You want that where it's easy to pull in terms of you can pull it, but you don't want it where it just pops right out. You don't want it to be like slippery feeling. You want it to have some grip to it. Please do reference the product listings where we've listed chains that we recommend to fit these guys. Okay, to make the little dangles, we're going to put our little bead onto our head pin. We are going to use our wire looping pliers, create a little loop, loop it around, but you can do 2 things right here. You can make a simple wire loop and just snip where the wires crisscross, or you can make a wrapped wire loop. I want to make a wrapped wire loop, but I want it to be attached to my chain so I don't have to add an extra jump ring. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that loop, open it just a little bit, slide on my end chain link, grip it, and wrap it. I think it's just a little bit more secure this way than a simple wire loop. And you don't have to make too many wraps. Okay, just snipped off the excess wire. And I always like to go back with my chain nose and tuck in any loose little wire ends. So there we've got one little dangle done. And I do actually like how this particular little bead mimics that main one. So I know our designer Rachel has already made a necklace using these guys, and it looks great. It's fun. She can turn instantly a long necklace into a choker and vice versa. So it gives you a lot of different options with your jewelry. Okay, so we're just going to add this other dangle. Again, just that end chain link. Pull it on through so it sits in there in your loop. And do a couple wraps. Trim and tuck. And we're done. And there we have a very pretty, very elegant looking piece of jewelry. And it does just slide. And then you can pull these guys. It actually helps to have the little dangles. You want to pull them, so you just pull them as well. And a great gift item or a great little gift to yourself. So all the supplies you've seen here and all the information about what you've seen here as well are available at beadaholique.com.